All right, man. 2026. We're out here downtown Phoenix. You can see the nice mountains and the skylines. I think the lighting might not be too good for this video, but I figured, hey, man, got access to a sick balcony. Might as well make the most out of it. Put out a little something to start the year. So year two living in Arizona, and I had a good time to go spend some time with my family over the Christmas holidays, reflect on a really crazy year, and get ready for a new year. And what I really wanted to talk about today is in the past, man, I feel, I've had things where it's like, all right, I gotta go do this and I gotta go change this and do this and do that. And last year was one of the biggest examples of that, moving to a whole other country, leaving everything I had prior to come do something different. And when I kind of was reflecting on the year, this, especially in early into 2026, the thing that I'm really learning is, listen, man, sometimes staying the course is really the best way. I think we oftentimes get caught up in, all right, that new year, new me nonsense, but also just, okay, I gotta go do this now. I gotta do this now. And my fucking I named my brand Versatile Vigilante. So I'm no, I'm, I've always been on some shit about wanting to do different things, but I do think it comes a point where you kind of have to um, understand, hey man, if you really trust yourself and trust what's planned for you, then keep doing what you're doing, keep making the moves. Because what happened in 2025 was, it was a new experience for me in everything, living in a different place, new people, all that stuff was new. So kind of coming into this year, I wasn't thinking about like, oh, too much of just new. I there's things that I've already done and experienced that I like, and I want to keep doing them. I want to keep doing them. So one of the points of this year for me is to stay consistent, stay kind of on that same path, the daily grind, because when you're always looking for something new, I think that becomes when you're not quite satisfied, and that anxiousness comes when. But if you have something that you really enjoy doing or think that it makes some sense, for me at least, I want to right now just focus on that, the path of, steadiness. Um, it's very easy to just crash out or say, oh, well, I'm not getting the results, and it's not working. I'm going to completely, as the saying goes, throw the baby out with the bath water. And for me, I'm really referring to I took the year off last year from doing interviews. I'd done a lot of interviews over the last few years, from basically 2021 to 20, all the way to the end of 2024. And I wanted to kind of take a year off for myself and just learn my new surroundings and do my thing, but also see, is that interview something that I want to pick back up in the future, or is it just something I did at a time? And kind of as we got towards the end of the year, I realized, listen, man, I love to talk to people. I love to do these types of interviews. I think the podcast space is very oversaturated, but I think there's always going to be a place for good conversation, especially when it's a productive one, a positive one. And I also realized, hey, when I was back in Toronto, I really built my whole network off of interviews. Like, I would, whether it would be an actual person I interviewed or other people that I met through that new relationship being born. So part of, for me, staying a steady path is I'm planning to get back into interviews this year, man. I want to build a network here in Arizona, maybe one day build a pipeline from Phoenix to Toronto in terms of creativity and just expanding myself. So it was just an interesting feeling of, in the past, sometimes I feel like, oh man, I got to start over. Now I don't really feel that way. I feel I just have to continue to develop and trust my regiment and do the things that I've done in the past, use my experiences, and continue to build and to grow. Because the thing I've really learned, man, is I want to achieve great things. I want to live a great life. That does not mean living in a mansion or anything like that, but it means having peace around me. It means having the right people around me, and it means having satisfaction from the work that I do. And that's kind of what the path I'm looking for is. Just continue to to find what I like to do and learn and live from that. And I do think a good step in that is to get back into doing the interviews. So um, no matter what, man, whether you're starting from scratch or you're already established, I think it's very important to remember that we need to always be confident in what we're doing. I think it's so easy to, for that self doubt to creep in, and what if someone doesn't like this or that. And I think that if you're confident in what you're doing, you continue doing it, it will work out. That's something I tell myself every day, and I truly believe it. So that's kind of the thing I wanted to focus on. I want to continue to be an individual. I want to be myself. I'm seeing how people like Max Bigavell, and listen, man, that's my favorite artist of all time. But also his spirit. I've talked about this before. His spirit is one of a kind, and he's been doing a lot of work in interviews. And a lot of the times he says, he's like, you gotta just trust your regiment and be yourself, and uh, do things that will help you stay confident. I think confidence can be fleeting. For me, at least, sometimes I'll feel like I'm the most fucking confident person in the world, and then other times I'm very not feeling too good about myself. And I think that's some human shit. I think the reason that happens is because sometimes we get off our regiment a little bit. Oh, maybe I didn't do as much exercise as I should have today, or whatever. You got into some things that maybe weren't the best. It's very important that to be confident, you have to do things that you truly, I think, want to do. For me, it's times I don't feel confident when I feel I'm doing things that others want me to do or anything like that. For me to be confident, it has to be something that I truly want to do and have a desire to do. Otherwise, I don't really think it works. So that's a big goal for me this year, of just that steadiness, like I've done in the past, get the ball rolling again, and build. So I anticipate making more of these one-to-one videos like we're doing now. Interviews I want to bring back. The way I look at it, man, is it's very easy to take the easy paths, and it's security and all that stuff. It's very important, but also a life is meant to be lived. And if you just kind of sign up for, oh, this is good enough, for me, that doesn't really cut it. I didn't really come all this way just to come all this way, as the saying goes. So I'm going to keep trying shit and doing stuff. And that's kind of why I want to put this video out, just set the tone for the year. Going to put out different pieces of work and hopefully introduce the channel to different people. But I anticipate some cool stuff going. And no matter what happens, whether I'm having beef with people or bullshit at work or whatever, I can't let that overthrow what I really want to do. I got to stay sharp and trust myself. I can't let anyone else um, put me in a direction that I didn't really want to go into. I could only control my own actions, and that's what I'm gonna do. I've been doing it. I want to keep doing that. So hopefully this made some sense. As you guys know by now, this shit is never scripted, never scripted. This is off the cuff. So as real as it gets. Hopefully you follow along. If you don't, hey man, there's always next time. But shout out to Toronto, shout out to Phoenix, shout out to Tempe, and let's get it, man. 2026. I'm excited.